I got your wig, ho. You're mad. Miss Wig. I got your wig, ho. I got your wig, ho. Miss Wigiana. I got your wig, ho.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Before we get into this video, everything I say is not motherfucking fact in this bitch, so don't take it as such.
Girls can't take my motherfucking mouth, bitch. My mouth is real and it's raw and it's watchy, bitch. I'm gonna give the girls exactly what the fuck they asked for. The girls is going to know my wrath. Trust me.
About moral character. That's what it's about.
You mean like when you got me naked wasted and said you wanted to make me do something stupid? That moral character?
Yeah, exactly.
When you sicked your son on me like that too?
You're lying.
I don't get why you have this strange intent to ruin people's reputations. It's a very poisonous characteristic.
Hi. Will you turn that off? Yeah. You did a background check on Ryan?
No, what are you talking about?
That Tamara will have conversations behind your back and bring up topics that could really damage you or your boyfriend. And I know she texted me stuff.
It's almost like weird and obsessive.
It's not almost like.
It is. You're like throwing around FBI. You're throwing around all this Tamara, and it destroys you. Why do you?
I'm happy to see Tamara get the fuck ate up, okay? Jen, you better eat her. Why the fuck are you doing investigations or private background checks on your friends' husbands and so on? Like, what? You're a weird ass bitch, and I know it's a reality show, so you want to, like, I don't know what you want to do. But if you want to be a friend to somebody, you don't do background checks on their husbands. Everything that your ass has been doing is coming back to bite you. The reason why you got put off the show the first time is because everybody started to hate your ass. Now you come back and everybody's starting to hate your ass again because instead of being authentic, you want to just do the antics in this bitch. We don't really know too much about you besides your daughter not wanting to have anything to do with your sour ass.
You were still legally married when you started liking Eddie.
What are you talking about?
You were still legally married when you started liking Eddie.
I was not legally married when I started.
Well, you were separated. She was
but
separated.
I wasn't.
Didn't you cheat on, she did, with Eddie, and you can ask Vicky, she cheated with Eddie on Simon. She broke up that marriage. She doesn't speak with her daughter. She still doesn't speak to her daughter.
And that says a lot about you as a motherfucking mother. Catch.
Why are you clapping?
Because you're using your voice. I'm so happy for you. You won't listen. You said that he was a mortgage broker. So I asked my friend, I goes, he licensed the mortgage? And he said, no, that's it. It's bullshit. That is not a background check.
And maybe it's not a background check, but it is inquiring about a husband that's not yours. Why the fuck you so worried about his damn business and what he got going on? What's the tea? Why you not worried about what your business is and why your gym closed down? What's going on with your CBD business? What's going on with that sour melting ass face? What's going on with your relationship with your children?
It's weird.
Okay. My session is weird.
It is.
Because I asked if he was licensed in real estate.
Oh,
I mean, in mortgage.
Simple. It's that simple.
It is that simple. But
I'm having my friend's husband do a background check. Ryan's investigated by the FBI. It's weird.
It's all over the internet.
We're supposed to believe everything on the internet. We would believe that your husband is gay. They like to say that you peg him. Is that true? And I'm not peg shaming him. I'm just saying, like, if we're supposed to believe everything on the internet and bring it onto the show, I don't think you would like that. In fact, I don't think you did like that when people were trying to insinuate, specifically Vicky, saying that your husband was gay. Or was it Kelly? Either way, somebody said your husband was gay and you didn't like it too much. And that was on the internet. So now you're doing it to somebody else. Even though it was 2 years ago, it's still the point of you doing it and then denying it and swearing on your kids. And then you then admitted that you did do it. Like, girl, you're kind of weird and you're too old for all of these antics, honey.
I've never heard Jen raise her voice, so that was sort of shocking to me. And I understand why she was upset. This, and I said this to Tamara on camera and off camera, this whole, digging into people's backgrounds and whatnot, it's not okay in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's silly stuff or you think it's silly paparazzi nonsense, or if it's something very serious like the FBI. Why would anyone do that to someone? It's just not okay.
Call Google, babe. All you have to do is Google. There's a lot of depositions and stuff that he has been in.
So for her to do that was really nasty.
Okay, maybe Jen does need to take up her issues with Google, but you're the one bringing the shit from Google onto the show, so what type of friend are you? You're doing background checks on people's husbands that are supposed to be your friends, and then denying it. Okay, girl. And then motherfucking Coraline's mother, the alternate one, is sitting there talking about Miss Tamra is wrong. Why weren't you telling her that in the moment? All I saw was you telling Jen to calm the fuck down. She don't need to calm the fuck down. This is what Tamra needs. She needs somebody to go the fuck off on her. And she got it, okay? And now she's about to get some more people to go off on her because I guess, well, hold on. Same case. But Ryan, Jen's man, is now suing Tamra with the help of Jen Bellino, who sued Tamra in the past and I believe won. So everybody's trying to get a check from Miss Tamrat's ass for her sour ass mouth.
You know what, Ryan? We sell more in a month than what you stole from the Dodger player. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, just walking the streets of New York City.
I love New York.
I know. It's our last night here, then we're gonna go see Julius.
Yeah.
In Westchester, New York.
Can't wait to see his farm.
Did you guys watch? I know. Did you guys watch What Happens Live? It was so good with Ekin Sue last night.
It was awesome.
I will say, I was a little bit tired. I did misspeak a little bit on a couple things. I said that I don't drink, I think I said. What I meant to say is I haven't been drunk since that night.
Yes.
And I didn't mean to say that Ryan stole the money. I meant Vina made more money than what was stolen.
Yes.
From the Dodger player. But I didn't mean Ryan, so I apologize for that. Because like Andy said, you're innocent until proven guilty.
He is. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
So we are just going to walk the streets. We just had an amazing dinner.
Italian. I love the Italian food here in New York.
I know. Having
Tastes
fun.
So 60 years ago, I had to sue a public figure for slander and defamation. I won that case, but what I didn't realize was I was not healed. And the reason I realized that is because just 72 hours ago, this same person, a public figure, slandered and defamed a friend of mine. It brought back really bad, unresolved issues of anger and frustration.
And you don't even know us. You said very mean and hurtful things.
The tongue is a flame of fire. I'm going to say one thing, and the second thing is there's no do-overs.
Part of why I'm sitting here today is really for Ryan and for Tamra. I mean, did you not learn? Maybe it's time you stop fucking talking about people.
When you went on a podcast and pretty much talked really mad shit about me, but not only me, you talked about me as a mom, you talked about Eddie as a businessman. Why?
I feel I'm validated in everything I said.
He talked shit about you?
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
You said you were in my backyard for a barbecue.
Yeah.
And you said one of my friends came up to you and said,
Okay, so
hey,
that
watch
was an
out for
exaggeration.
Ryan. He goes out for married women.
Yeah.
Is that what was told to you?
That's exactly what happened.
It absolutely didn't happen.
It absolutely happened.
You've hurt a lot of people's lives. You've destroyed a lot of lives. And it's time. You know, I don't have any problem saying that. And the personal attacks, I'm not personally attacking you. I'm just telling you my opinion.
I just got off the phone with Jim Bellino, and he gave me the info on what Tamra did. And then I got a bunch of DMs also saying, she's a liability. Tamra Judge needs to be sued. I need to sue Tamra Judge. Vicky needs to sue Tamra Judge. And Gretchen needs to sue Tamra Judge. We all need to come together and sue her. She said, I suck dick for money on the show, not once, but multiple times. That is not true. It's slander, and it's disgusting that she gets to come and say I do a sex train and all these things. That is a lie. We all need to come together and file a class action lawsuit against Tamra Judge because they allow her to go and spread rumors. And you know what? We need to take her down. We need to take that evil bitch down.
Girl, you have not learned yet, and you are almost 60. Or I believe you are 60. This is not me age shaming. I'm just saying, girl, do you bitches ever learn your lesson? And I'm not just saying her. I'm just saying you old bitches. What's going on? Teaching and leading, like I said in my last recap. Y'all are not doing teaching and leading. Where's the leading by example? What's going on? And just when you thought things couldn't get worse, you have Tamrat's ass now claiming she's on the spectrum. And I'm not making fun of anybody on the spectrum. I'm just saying, all of a sudden, your ass is going to therapy when you get ate up by the internet and potentially about to lose your orange again. Now you're being told you're on the spectrum, and that's why you have the relationships you do with people. You don't know how to regulate your emotions because you're on the spectrum. Girl, you need to cut it the fuck out. These antics are not cute. Just own up to your sour behavior and just say, I've just been a sour bitch. I'm full of pus and I'm a sour bitch. That's all you gotta say. You don't need to be saying that you're on the spectrum now, or whatever the term is that I may be saying wrong. Stop lying and stop taking on shit that's not for you. And if Tamra is on the spectrum, girl, I apologize. It just seems to me you're doing it for the antics and so you don't get ate up any further than you are already online. Okay, girl?
Let's just say I found out something pretty big about myself that I didn't know.
Hold on. You can't like bury the lead. Now I need to know. Like, what ish?
Really?
Yeah.
I am on the spectrum.
Oh my gosh, Tam.
Don't make me cry.
Wow. Okay, so what does that mean going forward?
We're trying to work through that. I have a really hard time processing stuff. I have a lot of sensory issues, sound, light, touch. But she says that's not my biggest problem. My biggest problem is working through trauma that I had in my life. That I don't want to say it on here, but I was just like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I think it means a lot that you are taking those steps to figure out.
I'm just a person that I just thought that things were black and white to me. That, you know, I grew up with a family that didn't have a lot of empathy or love or whatever. So that I just transpired that on to, you know, my adult life. But after talking and going through everything and my emotions, and I have a hard time with empathy and feeling other people's feelings. It just, and there's a reason why, and I'll share it with you off, but it was just, I literally just, that's why I was 5 minutes late.
That makes a lot of sense.
I haven't even talked to Eddie. Like, I haven't even, it's just.
Well, I love you, and it doesn't change any of that. And I would say that one of your greatest skills is that you can read people, and you have that. And, you know, something I've said publicly and also to you, and, you know, sometimes the filter isn't always there to read how somebody else is going to react. But this is huge that you have this information, because now you're aware, and it's not a bad thing. You can continue using this to elevate yourself in such a positive way, but also know it's not that you don't have empathy. You're just seeing things in a certain way, and that's how you're responding to them.
It's how I process things. That
there are people in my family who have the same exact thing, and it's making me emotional even just thinking about it, because there are those similarities. And, you know, we all have our different stuff, but like, Tam, I think the biggest thing you need to remember is, like, I know no matter what, the show or life or anything, like, how much you are loved and how much, like, we appreciate you. And you don't have to change anything about who you are. You just have to be aware, and that's going to be a huge thing for you.
Yeah, there's going to have to be like a lot of huge changes moving forward. But that's certain things. Like, she asked me, like, you have really bad social anxiety, and you are very much, like you say, you know, I just want to be at home. I just want to be at home. And it's because of the anxiety that I have when I talk to people. and how I make it through the show is drinking.
Yeah.
I'll drink, you know, and then all these suppressed shit that's going on within me comes out when I drink because my guard is down.
Yeah.
And
because you're not controlled and you're
I mean, I
not-
just learned so much stuff. Like the reason why, I don't want to say the reason why because it brings in another person, but I see things very black and white. And when somebody's wrong, I need to expose them. I need to. It's like something inside of me just has to, like, you're lying, you're horrible, because I am a brutally honest person. And honestly, it has to do with not having control in my previous marriage and trauma from
and also
that.
probably your childhood too.
Yeah, I had a pretty good childhood though, you know, that's the thing. So I thought, what do I have to complain about or cry about but it's all of it. It's, you know, my daughter, the situation.
Yeah.
And something happened last night. So it was just like I already had this appointment. But it was the perfect time to go to this appointment. So something big happened last night, not in my marriage, but outside of my marriage. That was just hard, super hard.
And I think that for anybody listening, a lot of people can relate to this conversation because sometimes what you see isn't always what you get.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're all doing the best that we can. And sometimes it's shit and sometimes it's great.
Yeah.
But I think it's a huge testament to you that you're doing the work and wanting to figure out how to make yourself not only feel better, but do better in certain situations that make you feel shitty ultimately.
The Tamra of it all. I know obviously people expect to hear what you have to say. And I do want to preface this by saying, if you came here to hear us talk crazy crap about it, that's not going to happen. We know that this is I think it's a sensitive situation for those people at home that are impacted by, or, you know, that have someone in their life that is on the spectrum, or parents that, you know, deal with the day-to-day of having a child on the spectrum. And so I want to make it very, very clear that just because, you know, maybe we have feelings on the way that the message was conveyed, there is absolute regard for sensitivity here. And I don't want it to seem like we're just doing fodder because we're here talking about reality TV bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it became a very public thing very quickly. Talk to me about how you feel as a cast member on this show, as someone maybe when she posted it. What was your first thought?
So Tamara right now, 100%, if she was sitting across from me, she's an attention seeker. Her post stated that she's a private person. She doesn't like crowds. Then what is she doing on a reality TV show? So I call bullshit on that, number one. Number two, you know, this whole face thing that she did, her face looks great. It looked great before, but, you know, attention again. Now we're going into, she's an asshole this season and last season. And the viewers are not happy with her. I can't imagine Bravo is happy with what's going on. The ratings are dropping, and the Mean Girl stuff, I think we're all done with it. And so what she does is she decided to go to counseling and therapy. And this therapist over a Zoom call diagnosed her with being on the spectrum. So, you know, you can't diagnose somebody with autism on one Zoom episode. She is a narcissist, and I don't think that is something up for negotiation. She says she wants to be private and quiet. Then why is she revealing her quote unquote medical diagnosis to the world? It's to people to feel sorry for her. I'm out of my mind with her. And she's done it to me. She's done it to Shannon. She's done it to Heather. She's done it to everybody. So it's constant calling people out, making people honest. Who is she to do that? Yeah. And I'm over it. And it was all for attention. And I'm going to say one more thing about it. When the viewers didn't like Brooks and the cast didn't like Brooks, and I thought he was my knight in shining armor. I thought he was my soulmate. I thought we met for a reason. He was a Christian. His parents, you know, are pastors in a church. And I just thought, okay, this is a man of God and he would never hurt me or lie to me, steal from me, cheat. And then come to find out one morning he's shaving. He's like, I didn't tell you yet, but I have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm like, what are you talking about? When did you go? I didn't even know you had a doctor in Orange County. You're from Mississippi. And he goes, well, I got referred from, a friend of mine. And I said, well, what does this mean? He's like, well, I got to go for more testing, but this is what I have. But you're probably too busy to go with me because you always are working. I'm like, well, when's your next appointment? So looked on the calendar. I had a seminar. I'm like, I can't go. And it was always, ironically, when I couldn't go, he was making these doctor's appointments. So as the season went along, I stood by my man. If you tell me, Christian, you're sick, then I believe you. Why would I not believe you? I'm never going to ask you for your medical records on a show or outside of a show. So I was defending my man. What had happened was he was looking for sympathy, whether it's true or not true, never got the real medical records. I was defending him because I couldn't imagine in my wildest dreams anybody faking cancer. So the viewers thought I was in on a cancer scam. And my whole belief and my whole response was, when you're scamming something, you receive something back. Did I open a GoFundMe account? Did I do anything? No, I was defending my man because he told me something that I believed was true. Tamara now is doing, ironically, kind of the same thing. I'm not going to ask for Tamara's medical records. I'm not going to ask for a brain scan as to why she's an asshole. So we're going to believe her. And she's looking for sympathy, and she doesn't have empathy. She already knows that if I'm hurting or Shannon's hurting or anybody's hurting, she'll come after them. That's not autism. That is being an asshole.
I'm getting tons of DMs. I'm getting tons of text messages from people talking about Tamara Judge being on the spectrum. If I were Bravo, I would fire her right away. She's a 1099 employee. She could come back and say, I'm a protected class. But the Lena McSweeney bullshit. Oh, let me go over here. I think it's ridiculous. Tamara Judge is 60 years old, and all of a sudden now she's coming out with being on the spectrum. She's a sociopath liar, okay? Like, I don't get it, right? Can someone help me explain to me, is that her defense now for her bad behavior? Those ratings, people are sick of Tamara Judge. How can, I know Bravo loves her, Bravo and Evolution, they love her. I love cooking with bacon grease. But you're 60 years old, and all of a sudden now you had somebody diagnose you as being on the spectrum. What a crock of bullshit. These psychiatrists, you can get any doctor to say any kind of bullshit you want, okay? After one appointment. Okay, I'm a genius. I'm Mensa now because I went to, come on. Like how stupid is she? On the spectrum? No, you're a sociopath, liar. Come on. You can get a doctor to say and do anything nowadays. It's pathetic. Really. I want to see what doctor she went to because I don't believe in a word she says. I thought she probably got some RN saying that it was a nurse practitioner doctor's note bullshit that probably doesn't even have a PhD saying that she's on the spectrum. Where's the doctor's note? I want to see it because I don't believe a one word Tamara Judge says. She's a liar. Oh, I'm cooking. I'm making bacon and eggs, and I'm making hard-boiled eggs. Eggs are like the perfect food, actually. And I get the good eggs. I get the expensive eggs because they're so gross. And I'm making some English muffin. With cream cheese. Delicioso. But need some, these eggs need some, I'm taking out the thing. So, come on. How in the hell can Bravo hire this chick back? She's gonna, they have to fire her. Like she's gonna come back and say, she's gonna pull a Leah McSweeney. That's what she's gonna do. Okay? I don't know. And then they made up, apparently, at the reunion. What a crock of bullshit all of this is. Who watches? They want to keep their job so bad that they have to fake it to freaking make it. It's disgusting. Like, why would anybody want to watch Tamra Judge? Like, why? She's disgusting. Anyways, what do you guys think? I want to hear your answers. I can't read. What do you guys think about it? She dogged so many past housewives, and now she's on a roll making up anything so she could stay relevant. I mean, what a crock of bull crap, right? I can't. The Leah shade. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I mean, that Leah McSweeney ruined Housewives. Oh, look at Rick.
From the waist up.
Oh, I made a mess. Okay, can you read some of these for me really quick? Well, I make you your breakfast.
Oh, sure.
I just got done working out, and I'm going to go have lunch, so... Wait, read some.
Hi, everybody. She is backpedaling now. Read her story.
Oh, because I said, Tamra Judge is 60 years old, and all of a sudden now she's on the spectrum. Why didn't they tell her that she was a sociopath?
Even Eddie has to shut her up sometimes. Love you, Kelly. Oh, hi, April.
Hey,
hi, Rick.
April.
Love you guys. Hi. Yes, Rick. Love watching you on Newsmax. Thank you. Rick's looking hot. Oh, snap. You're damn right. You should see me with my shirt off. Woo. Do you think it's unfair to all the people who defended Shannon against Tamara?
What was that?
Do you think it's unfair? How do I go back?
You can scroll
Love
back.
you both. Hi, Rick. Hi from Tampa. What's up, Tampa? Great tie, Rick. Thanks. Terry's laughing. She probably spoke to Brooke's doctor. Ebony and Leah ruined New York. Daddy Rick.
And
LOL.
so does Tamara. And Heather Dubrow. Look, why ain't on there? I don't get it. Or Gina.
We have 520 people on here. Hey, if you guys haven't subscribed to the Rick and Kelly Show on Patreon.com, we have James O'Keefe on this week. An interview with James O'Keefe. It's an awesome interview. He's a really sharp guy. It's Rick and Kelly Show on Patreon. You guys should sign up. It only starts at $5. You can have 162 episodes.
Tamara needs to go. Like what? Who in their right mind would hire her back? I mean, seriously, I want to know. I honestly, I want to know. She's such a freaking liar. So, Tamra Judge, it was funny. Alice Baskin owns Evolution. He sold it, and Tamra said, "Do you think Alex Baskin is gay?" And I said, "I don't think so," because Brandy Glanville said, "No." And she goes like, "Well, I think he is." She went over and told Alice Baskin that I said that I thought he was gay. I never said that. She is such a liar. Like, beyond. A manipulator. Is that what that is? I mean, psychopath. You know what? They should have said that she's a psychopath. Why are those lights on right now? So I don't know how in the hell in paper plates. Yeah, I don't look at how much dishes I do. I'm so sick of washing dishes. So yeah, I make Ricky paper plates because all I do is dishes. See?
Thank you. It's delicious. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Oh, I dropped my eggs.
Hey, Kimmy, how are my eggs?
Delicious.
I'm gonna make some hard-boiled eggs. Why do I care about all this? Because people are DMing me and sending me text messages. Why would I not care about it? I was on that show for 5 years, and she disparaged me. Went on BravoCon, talking shit about me. Why do I care? Do you care about people that you worked with 5 years ago that disparaged you? Would you care about that?
Good point.
Huh? Would you care if someone came after you that's a liar and do that? That's why I care. I care because she's a freaking she's a liar. I'm sick of her shit. I'm sick of it. That's why.
I do like that Jennifer Aiden, and she's like, she cracks me up. I think she is so good on the show.
Yeah,
she's
she's
so
so funny. Well, I didn't know about it. Jennifer just told me about it. Of course, like Tamara says something about Jennifer Aiden, and again, Jennifer Aiden, she don't hold back. Like, you know, she comes right back at you, and she's very, you know, she's smart, witty. She'll come, you know, right back at you. So that's what I mean. If you dish it out, then I guess you have to take
That's
it.
the problem with Tamara. She can dish it out, but she can't take it. That's her
Right.
problem.
And
That's
I
her
think,
problem.
yeah, like
She's the biggest bully about anyone, that Tamara. She's the biggest bully. She's a sociopath. Like I can't.
she's like said stuff about me, and I'm like, I go back and forth with her, and then she makes up with me, and then she says something again about me, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know? And it's like, I've never said anything negative about her, you know? And I could, you know, obviously there's so many things out there that I'm not going to jump on her train and like do what she does.
An awful person. I can't stand her.
You are saying I'm the queen of mean based on a TV show. And you, as my predecessor, should know better than anybody that could be maybe a little manipulated, maybe exaggerated. She's mean intentionally on her podcast.
Yeah.
Over and over again to people deliberately.
It's like not just a show. It's like this is you in real life on your podcast, just like going after people all day.
Tamara and Teddy were talking about us on their podcast.
Tamara said, I reached out to Kiki Monique. And Teddy was like, oh, what about Sheena? And then Tamara was like, no, I come out one day, I turn my phone on and I'm seeing these DMs come in from Tamara. And she was like, were you just hosting radio, Andy? I said, no. I said, I'm at the Tom Girardi trial. I said, like, why? And she goes, were you hosting when someone called in and called Alexis a whore and told me and said that I was a piece of shit? I said, I'm not hosting. I'm at this trial. And she's like, I was so mad. I contacted Andy because I'm just, and so I was like, then I was like, what? Are you trying to get us fired from our jobs? I'm like, what is happening? I said, it wasn't me, but I said, in the future, like if I ever piss you off, can you come to me first without trying to get me fired? Because I really need my job.
The one person that I wouldn't really enjoy being around anymore is Tamara. I mean, I think everybody knows that about me and her relationship. For me personally, she just was too much of like a pot stirrer.
It did seem like you said a number of times,
I did.
We're going to get Gretchen
3 to be
wasted.
exact.
We're going to get Gretchen wasted. It did seem premeditated.
Yeah.
So why did you want to embarrass her?
I guess I'm a mean drunk.
And she just, made up lies and manipulated things. And I don't like that. Like, I just think that it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean?
Right. You guys, she also, Slade and her didn't hit it off either.
The question I have is why does everyone think they know about what goes on in my life? Because you don't know.
Okay. Well, it's so funny because Michelle called me yesterday.
Who's Michelle? Michelle is Grayson's mother. She says you called her fishing for information.
Yeah, but that's my point. I mean, there was just a lot of lies and a lot of fabrication that was said about him and I, and that's just a really hard thing. Like all the other girls, honestly, every other person that I've ever filmed with, I could film with again. I don't have issues with any of them. But her in particular, like she literally was just doing things behind the scenes that I found out about later.
Okay, let me explain something.
That is such a
You've
lie.
never met her, Tamara?
I have a mutual friend in my real estate office. She reached out to me.
For what purpose?
Because she's not here to speak for herself.
Oh, so
That's
now
why.
you're on a campaign to
so now
talk
you're on a
about
campaign.
No, I
somebody
feel
that's
sorry
not your
for the
friend,
woman. I'm
somebody
sorry.
that you don't
She's
know.
a single mom with taking care of a kid every single day.
You trying to make him and I look bad.
That kind of stuff, I don't really jive with that. I'm just a very straightforward person. And it's like, I just, I don't know.
That one party that Gina had that Tamara was yelling at Shannon, we're all dressed up in
The dinner.
Shannon, see, this is what happens in my brain. Tamara called Shannon a cunt. You and I talked about that, and I think they cut that out. And I went outside and I said to Tom, our producer, I said, I don't know what's going on here. Why is Tamara so upset with Shannon? He's like, we don't really know. It didn't pertain to her. Go back out there and tell them this has got to stop. Women don't treat women this way. I said, that's in my core of who I am. Mm-hmm. But these women are supposed to be friends, and also they're doing a job together. Why is Tamara so involved in what Shannon went through? And I couldn't get an answer from Tamara. Like, why are you making this about you? Because she needs to, because she doesn't have anything going. She won't expose her and Eddie's real problems in their marriage. Oh, because their marriage is perfect. Doubt it. She won't talk about Sydney, who she hasn't seen in years. She doesn't talk. Listen, if my daughter,
that's why she's hateful to other people, because then it scares them to bring up that shit, because they know they see what's coming their way if they bring it up. You know what I mean? I think that's why
my daughter
she's mean to people.
didn't talk to me, I'd be on a flipping plane right now, knocking on her door, begging her for forgiveness, and I don't even care what I did. Sydney has a very strong opinion of Tamara. Stop embarrassing the family. Stop doing what you're doing. Get off the show and we have a chance. Tamara did none of that. So you know what? That shows Sydney, I'm not important to you. I don't care about my money, my stuff, I care about my family, my daughter, my people in my life. So that's the problem. Is just one thing. Mom, stop swearing at people. Stop doing stupid stuff. And then let's have a conversation. But even when Tamara was off for 2 years, she never connected with Sydney. And Sydney's a beautiful daughter. She hasn't seen her and been with her.
She said on a recent episode that she saw her, I think, at Sophia's graduation, and she thought they were going to maybe, because she said it was, I think, a decent exchange. But then she said Sydney stopped responding to texts after that. Does she talk to you about this as a friend?
No, she just screw. Every now and then when she was crying in somebody's arms this season, it's like, oh, please. It's just like the thing in Ireland when she was crying on, Shannon's arms.
Yeah. Not to say that it's not hard and doesn't affect her, but I just think
then get off the show and reconcile with your daughter. It's pretty simple.
But friends talk about real life shit and you give each other advice, and she never even goes there with you.
No, she
That's
would just
weird.
say, it's so hard. No, it's not. You gave birth to your daughter. You fucked up. Go apologize and make it better and move on. Maybe she chose Eddie over her daughter. I don't know, but there's no flipping way I'm going through life not being close with my daughter. My daughter and my son are my life. They're my bloodstream. They're my life. If they're pissed off at me, then I messed up, or they're pissed off at me just because they don't like me right now, but I'm going to figure out a way to make them like me again. Yeah. I'm their mother. I don't get, how she cries on TV and Sydney said, please don't mention me. Please don't do this. And the next thing you know, she's bawling. It's like she can turn on the waterworks like that. Anyway, that is a character issue. And
hey guys, I love answering all your questions, but I'm getting bombarded with this Vicky shit. I don't give a shit. This woman is disgusting in every sense of the word. To go after my family and everything, that's what she does. I don't know why she's doing it. Maybe she needs a little attention. Maybe someone needs to pet her back like a little puppy, but I'm not going to do it. Listen, I'm not going to take parent advice from a woman that chose her boyfriend Brooks over her own daughter, a woman that had a boyfriend that told Ryan he should beat his wife to keep her in line and to stay with him. To me, that's disgusting. What has happened in my relationship through my divorce and my kids is very tragic and sad. And for her to even talk about it is disgusting. So Vicky, go away. Leave me alone. I'm going to ask you for the last time, leave me alone. Nobody cares what you have to say, ever. Go away. Somebody's asking me to make up with Vicky. First of all, I've never gotten in a fight with Vicky. I don't know what she's doing or why she's doing it, but it's my understanding she did something really, really nasty across the line to the point where it's been sent to my attorneys. So I don't know what her problem is with me, but I'm begging you from the deepest part of my heart to leave me alone. I'm not saying anything about you. I don't want to say anything about you. What you're doing is so sad and so disgusting. It was just you a couple episodes ago saying you're a woman of God and should not be doing this. So what are you doing? And why are you doing this? What are you getting out of it? Because all you're doing is hurting me and hurting my family. So please, I'm begging you, please leave us alone. I've tried so hard not to listen to what Vicky had said about me. And I just keep getting bombarded with it. I'm in just disbelief. In such disbelief that this woman would go so low. Do you know what it's like to lose a child? Do you know what it's like? It's the most painful thing in the world to insinuate it was because I was on the show. No, that's not what it is. You win, Vicky. I don't know what you want from me, but you got it. You win, okay? You kick me when I'm down. You hurt me all the time. I can't do it anymore. I don't want any part of this. You can have my spot on the show. You can have whatever you want. Just please,
leave my family alone. Please.
Kimmy, do you know that Tamara just said to me? Multiple people have told me that you said I'm a horrible friend, that I have an ego. I did say you had an ego. I did. I did say when we were doing the Trace Amigas tour, we always have to do it around Tamara's schedules because she's got so much going on. But she goes, no, I don't want to sit down with you. You're a horrible person. Talk about kicking someone when they're down.
Shannon's DUI is addressed in the premiere, and you reveal, why you chose to leave the Trace Amigas. Were you still willing to be there for Shannon, or was that friendship over to you at that point?
No. So the DUI did not break up our friendship. I was very supportive of Shannon after her DUI for months. If you go back to BravoCon, she did an interview and said that me and Vicky are the ones that have been there for her the most. I was truly always worried for years that something like this was going to happen. I thought it would be a huge wake-up call to her and she would finally stop drinking, but that did not happen. So basically what happened, the reason why Shannon and I are no longer speaking is because of Shannon, not because of me. It was something that she did that I can't really give away. And I eventually just led me to quit Trace Amigas and cut her out of my life. It was a choice I had to do for my own peace of mind, to make myself a priority and not her overly dramatic, neurotic behavior affect me anymore. So it was a hard decision. But even saying that, we went on to film. I was worried about her. I was concerned about her. I didn't hate her. I didn't like her behavior. I didn't want to enable that behavior as well. And it has nothing to do with Alexis Bellino. It has nothing to do with Trace Amigas. It had something to do that she was doing behind my back. And I made the choice that I'm not doing this anymore. Not doing it. I mean, but the funny thing is when you cut someone off from your life like that, they will tell people, the part that makes them look good and you look bad. So, bring it on. I'm sure the lies will start.
You said in the beginning that you were shocked the way that things are going down. Is there certain things from your perspective that you wish was included? Because a lot of people, for lack of better words, are saying that you were kind of mean this season to Shannon. And I'm sure you've seen that as well. So I'd love for you to respond.
I mean, I thank God for the reunion so we can clear a lot of this stuff up. There was a lot of stuff, obviously, and I'm sure it's done purposely. Some things are taken out, but you have to have something to talk about at the reunion, right? And I understand the process. This isn't my first rodeo. But yeah, you will see the very first episode, I go to see if she's okay. I don't hate her. I don't hate this woman. I'm hurt by her. And I go to see if she's okay. And she comes after me and says some horrible things. And then I'm like, you're a horrible person. I don't want to talk to you. And I walk away. But they don't show that middle part of what got me to that. And then I'll discuss what was said at the reunion. And then the second time I had a confrontation with her was at Gina's dinner party. And again, she brought something up to me and that was my response.
Right.
So that's where, when some things are removed, I mean, I feel like it's not fair to a certain extent. At least show a little bit of it. You can't just show me going off the rails for no reason. But, I guess that's what the reunion's for.
Totally. So you would say that you weren't being mean, you were being reactive.
I'm being reactive for sure. Was I being sweet? No, not in any, and I do regret ever calling her an alcoholic. I do regret that. But I was at that point, I was just pushed against the wall. And I'm like, and it's very hard for me knowing, since I've known her and the struggles with alcohol and getting in an accident, getting a DUI and still drinking. I can't wrap my brain around that at all. One might say oh, well, you get drunk on the show and you act like an ass. Yes, I do. I am somebody that definitely can't handle more than 2 drinks. And it's because I don't drink that much. But when I film, I tend to think I need a little bit of liquid courage, but my liquid courage turns into straight assholism.
Ooh, Tamara, the girls are done with your ass. Your mouth is writing checks your ass won't be able to cash. I hope you're saving these Bravo checks for the lawsuit you may be in. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. I know some of you guys are wondering, why the fuck is this bitch so close to the screen? And why the fuck is this bitch so loud? Hold on, okay? Now, I told y'all in my last recap, which was 3 weeks ago when I recapped the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion in this bitch, I said, hopefully that will be the last time I'm on my motherfucking knees. Well, I'm on my knees again because I will be going into prayer this recap of the Real Housewives of New Jersey girls because I thought this was the Real Housewives of New Jersey, not the Real House Husbands of New Jersey in this bitch. I don't want to see no goddamn Joe Gorga. I don't want to see no mushmouth John Fuda or Fupa or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't want them to be the main focal point of these shows. I thought it again was the Real Housewives. Hello? Okay, but this was supposed to be a prayer, and I'm supposed to be starting off my recap not so chaotic like this, but let's just get into the first scene, which we're about to see. Joe Gorga and Melissa. Who's really holding the tomato? Joe Gorga or Melissa? At this point, I don't really know. Because y'all keep, again, making the husbands the more focal point in this bitch, and I don't want them to be the focal point! Okay, I'm sorry. And look, this isn't to be... Where this doesn't mean that I'm like Team Melissa or Team Teresa. I don't like when y'all do those team shit. I just like right is right and wrong is wrong. And what is wrong is them husbands being in my motherfucking face every week. I know it's only been 1 week, but look. I know they're going to be the focal point of the season, the men. But if they're not, I'll bite my motherfucking tongue. But let's get into the scene of Josephine and Melissa.
Rachel and Margaret came over the other day, and I guess Rachel and Jeff Fessler are gonna throw Jen Fessler a birthday party. I love Jen Fessler, and I definitely want to go to her birthday. But you know, everyone's gonna be there. Like, you know, your sister's gonna be there.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to believe you. You know, I do. But every time I believe you, you screw me. And every time
screw you, okay.
you listen. Okay. And you do. And I gave you the benefit of doubt. And I don't want nothing from you. You know what I wanted?
What?
A family.
Me too.
I wanted a brother-in-law.
Me too.
And I
me
wanted
too.
my
Me
sister.
too.
When she
I know what you want.
When she came home from prison, she was the best after that. She was humble. We talked every day. I called her. I love that. Didn't I call you every day?
Because we were filming.
What?
Yeah.
We were filming?
Yeah.
Come on, Teresa, stop with your nonsense.
You dragged me through the mud for 10 years, you and your wife. You
I dragged you through the
allowed your
mud?
wife to do
We
that.
dragged
yes.
you? Dragged you through
wanted
the mud.
this.
Why? Because
you
I
came on
joined
the
the
show
Real
behind
Housewives
my
of New
back.
Jersey?
You wanted this.
You give a...
No.
Do you have anything to say about Teresa?
I really don't want to answer any questions about Teresa this year.
Okay, so I would... Bitch, this damn microphone cord. Okay, I would really appreciate if Melissa meant what she said by not wanting to discuss Teresa any longer because, look, I've had enough of the family fucking storyline, as I'm sure everybody has had enough as it has gone on for how many seasons of this family feud? No more, okay? But I don't think you really mean that you don't want to talk about Miss Teresa anymore because where would your storyline be? And besides that, in every other fucking interview, you're talking about Miss Teresa. And I'm not going to play Miss Teresa like she's some angel because Teresa talks about Miss Melissa and Miss Josephine in interviews too, when she said she wanted to be done with their ass as well. So, do y'all really want to be done with each other or what? Because y'all are still talking about each other. When I'm done with a bitch, I want to be done with them. I want them out of my face. I want them out of my mouth. I want them out of my mind. I don't want to see them any longer. But y'all are still talking about each other. Okay, I'm just wondering.
So what's going on with you and Teresa?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing?
Zero.
No chance of patching things up?
Oh, no. I think that it's done for right now. I think everyone's protecting their peace, as we should. And me, myself, I've created some boundaries, and I'm very happy with them.
And then your sons unfollowed her. Was it your sons unfollowed her on Instagram?
Yes, I think so. I don't know. I read that somewhere, too. I don't know if that's what that is about, to be honest.
Because I was going to be like, it's sad or hard to have them involved.
It's always sad. All of the stuff with family is sad. Unfortunate, it is what it is.
How are you and Teresa doing?
We're not friends, right? That's
So still non-existent?
Yeah, it is what it is right now. Yeah, more of the same.
But the next season, how are we feeling about this new season coming up and how that's going to unfold?
I mean, the next season's actually really, really good. It's a great season. It's very different. I think you guys are all going to be in shock over how we're able to conduct a whole entire season without speaking to each other. I think that's pretty significant in itself. So,
yeah, I was going to ask, what do you think of her friendship with Jackie?
I think it's very convenient for everyone, and God bless.
I actually enjoyed this season a lot.
Different good or different bad?
Good. For me, it was a good season. I really enjoyed this one.
Do you feel in a way, I know Teresa's also said, like, I'm done. In a way, is it like there's no more will we, won't we? It's just like it's done, that's it.
The feeling is mutual.
Right, so doesn't that feel good in a way? It's released?
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah. What about for you? Does it feel, I mean, it's got to be bittersweet, but still, at least it's not this, like, hanging like a tooth.
Yeah, I mean, whatever she wants. It's her wish, and that's how we see it.
Her wish is our command.
You know, the show itself this year, I think, is refreshing and really good. I just think there's so much grossness out there with social media and what it looks like my sister-in-law and Jen have done. It's pretty embarrassing for them and pretty gross. And the way that they just keep going around and doubling down is I'm just embarrassed for them at this point. Let me just say it that way.
Look, I know you Melissa stans and Teresa stans are going to be mad either way, but my point is they don't have to answer any motherfucking questions about each other. They could easily go, I don't want to talk about that dusty bitch. I'm over that tired ass hoe. Okay? What about answering like that? Or if you want to be classy, you could just say next question. But y'all don't want to do that because y'all realize y'all are each other's storylines. Maybe more so with Miss Melissa and Josephine. But y'all, again, claim that y'all are done with each other, but still are talking about each other. Okay, let's move on to the next scene, which is Miss Dolores, her man, and Teresa and her man.
Jen Fessler's party?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, I'm going.
How do you feel about it? It'll be the first time we're all together since last time we were in New York.
I'm talking about before Louis showed up.
Everything's
because
negative.
you never, you and your wife,
before Louis showed up, we weren't close. You didn't come to our house. You didn't bring Louis over.
You never asked me to go out to dinner. You never took me out. You said we only go out. I only go out with couples.
You were single. You were out like crazy
every
other
night.
night.
You
went out with only single
people.
We
take his single sister out all the time.
Yeah, but you were out.
She takes her single sister out all the time.
But the point is,
you were out every night with that with 20-year-olds. We weren't coming with you with couples.
Melissa, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
It doesn't matter.
I'm talking to my brother. Shut the fuck up.
No, because you're not going to lie about what we did for you.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
You're a liar. I don't want to talk to you.
I'm not a liar.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to my brother.
It doesn't matter.
I'd like to hear from Louis.
Spewing lies.
I'd like to hear from Louis.
I'm not going to allow you to talk to my husband that way.
You lie.
You disowned us today, so guess what? Stop talking to my husband that way.
That's my brother. He's my blood.
Well, that's not what you said 20 minutes ago. You said you never want to see us ever again.
I don't.
Now he's your brother.
He is my brother. I can speak to my brother. This is the last time I'm going to speak to my brother. I can speak to my brother.
This is the last time you're ever going to. Oh, well, then I'll shut up. Hold on.
That's terrible.
Then let her get it out. Then let her get it out.
Never mind. That's
yes, the last time.
Frank told Louis that they all met at Margaret's house before New York happened. Have a plan to go against Louis and I.
Last we heard in season 12, Frankie was working with Louis. What happened with that? Did Frankie leave the company or what?
No, Frankie's no longer with Louis.
Okay. What happened?
He got another job, and that was it.
It's not about what I heard.
Why don't you tell us?
You tell it.
No, I'd love to hear.
Listen.
I'd love to hear your narrative.
Right now, I'm going to tell you what happened. Louis gave my son a job. He was very happy working with him, and I'm very thankful for Louis.
I won't say anything first.
I don't know what this rumor is, and I don't want to talk about Frankie at all in this cesspit of anything.
I've known Frankie all his life, and, you know, he told me some things.
Oh, my God. I don't know
Joe
what.
Gorga?
Yeah,
Melissa,
you're lying through your teeth. I don't know what happened to you, because I never said that to you.
Joe Gorga, this ends right here about Louis and Frankie's relationship, because they're very good. So that ends right here.
She doesn't want this story talked about.
You and I have never had a problem. I don't want one. I'm very happy and I'm very thankful for Louis and Frankie, and thank you for when you hired my son, and that's it.
So why are you upset?
I'm upset because I don't want to talk about anything about my son.
Right.
Frankie has a good job, and that's all that happened. That's it. I have no problem with that.
Okay. Is that what happened, Louis?
Dolores.
Next.
What happened, Joe?
Just chill.
Nothing, bro.
I'm all right.
Next.
You heard Dolores, right?
Yawn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this begs a lot more questions.
At the reunion, you had a pretty hefty envelope with you, and you alluded to Louis had contacted your ex in prison and tried to get the scoop, I guess, on what was going on, or tried to dig a little bit deeper. Before we get to what's happened in the past few days, how did you find out that he had contacted your ex? Like, when did you learn that there was some digging going on behind the scenes?
So just to correct that, I didn't just say that he contacted her. So I believe that investigation was done on myself and my wife. I know it was. And I know it was because when you do an investigation, you pull an Oprah request in townships that you want to find information out. And that Oprah request gets filled out by somebody. And then, I happen to have friends who tell me when these things are happening and there's Oprah requests being filled out. And then you can see who's filling them out. But he didn't just find her, and it's not really hard to find an inmate. You can find one, but I think, I personally think it was part of a campaign, a smear campaign that led her to think that there's more for her to come out. I mean, I haven't seen Britney since 2015. We're in 2023, guys, right? That's a long time that I haven't seen this girl. Haven't heard from her, haven't heard a peep. And then all of a sudden she pops up. I think she reached out to me during COVID 2020 on Facebook, if I'm being correct, just to ask how Jaden was, and I kept it very short. But that was it, So it's all part of a smear to me that I feel, and I kind of have some further information on. And I think that however they connected the pieces, it's here now, and I'm dealing with it.
I think that's super. I mean, honestly, once you bring family into it and just digging up dirt on past relationships and everything else that's going on, it's just so sensitive that we were completely behind you just popping off. And even at the end, when he comes over and does that fake apology and he's like trying to be buddy with everybody, it's like, no, like you don't get to just do something like this, deny it, and then move on and say, hey man, let's just take a shot. Like, no, that's not really how that's supposed to play.
My issue with that was when you walked over to Rachel at the reunion, I don't need you to tell my wife she's doing a good job. It's not your position or place in life to walk over to her and tell her she's doing a good job. That's not your place. So I wanted to correct that. And then, with me, I just don't sit here and shake my hand if I feel that this is what's happening. I mean, you should be trying to, if you're a bro or a guy, right? You should be trying to convince me, hey, listen, this is not what's happening, guys.
Right.
Like maybe your information's mixed up. Let's talk about it. Let me help you unmix it up instead of getting so defensive and red and about it and, putting out threats. That's not going to make you react well.
How red does he get in real life? Like, this is my maroon shirt is the comparison.
That's a great question to ask. It's how red can someone actually get? I would say he's just as red as your shirt there.
This is actually a pretty close color, I think, now that I'm looking at it. I think this is like Louis red, Louis maroon. That's what we're going to call this from now. Really
when we were doing the final episode, I was like looking, I was like, he's red. He's just so angry.
Oh, at the party?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was like off his rails at that party. Like, what the fuck happened there? Like, how did that get so out of hand? Is that just because of the Danielle conversation, or did Louis come in just like ready to go?
My opinion is he came in a little ready to go. He said hello to me twice for some odd reason that day. He walked in, said hello, did a loop around, and came back and said hello.
He looked extra ready to go, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
One of the greatest lines that day I'll never forget is Louis pointed at the city and told me he'll teach me how to make real money. I'll never forget that.
Pointed at New York?
He pointed, because Paulie's rooftop, you can see Manhattan. He said, see that city? I'll teach you how to make real money. I was like, oh. I don't know what it means, man. It's one of the greatest lines of the night for me, though.
Oh,
look at that city, John. I'll teach you how to make the big bucks one day, kid. You just
like a scene. It's like out of Goodfellas. It's like early on when early on in the movie Goodfellas is like, I'll teach you how to make money. You see that city? That's where you're gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm I'm the young guy. I'm just sitting back cool, like, okay, yeah. I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, yeah, sure, teach me.
Oh my God, what an idiot.
Can you share what was in the envelope?
Production, the network, they know what's in the envelope. It was filmed. And I guess stay tuned, because if they choose to release it or however they release it, it's at their mercy.
Oh, so it has been revealed. We just didn't get to see it.
There is a part backstage where some of it was revealed.
Wow. Yeah, we always see those envelopes and we always want to know every piece of information that's in those things. I mean, it looked like Marge had one. Obviously, you had one. We see them across pretty much all over the Bravoverse. So we're always curious to see what's in those envelopes because they pop up so often and it's just so funny. But yeah, go ahead.
The weird part is with these envelopes, right? Like, you're on this set, right? It's my first time on this set, guys. I got this on. What am I gonna do? Like, pull out every sheet and like sit there for 2-3 days? Like, it's also really not
That's what
the
we
right
want.
setting, I guess. You know, you would have to almost. It's just a weird setting. It's really not the place for it.
Oh, and another thing I heard. Oh my God, another thing I heard, which I want to ask Jen Fessler about. Danielle told me at New York, Jen Fessler said, like to the other group sitting across from us, you guys didn't execute the plan correctly.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get on my motherfucking knees like I'm supposed to be. Hold on. I'm not getting on my knees for the reasons y'all probably think I'm not. What I'm getting on my knees for now is to pray to the gods or God or whoever y'all believe in for these bitches. Hold on. Sorry, Lord. Cleanse my mouth. I am on my knees to help, or I want you to help these ladies get a storyline that's not plotting or trying to take down other housewives. Now, again, I'm not painting Teresa to be innocent because these bitches all do the same things. Can we get back to reality, like y'all focusing on your lives and businesses? Like, when did it become the Hunger Games in this bitch where y'all are trying to X bitches out? Y'all gotta meet up before the reunion to try to plot and plan how to take this hoe out. Maybe y'all been doing this from the beginning and it just has progressively gotten worse, but we are missing the plot of these storylines. Or hold on, not storylines. We are missing the plots to these shows. What happened to real life? Reality, businesses, and so on. I know Melissa got her 2 stores open, Envy or whatever the fuck she got going on, that Alibaba stuff, the fake stuff she be selling, the fake Chanelica. And then you got Miss Margaret, she be selling her stuff. She got her alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages and so on. Dolores, what you got going on? Nothing. Who else is there? Teresa, I know she got a plethora of stuff going on. I can't even talk right now in this bitch. That's the devil trying to bind my tongue and get me to stop praying to make these shows better. But you will not win, okay? We will somehow make Real Housewives of New Jersey better again one day. Hopefully this prayer will be the reason why it gets better. But on a real note in this bitch, y'all need to cut it the fuck out and get back to the plot of these shows, which is reality and not these plotting and planning ass shit.
Like, so that means, like, so that confirms what Frank said. Oh, you heard that too?
I mean, you want to be deaf if you didn't hear it.
Oh, see?
Dolores, baby, you can play these other bitches and these fans and so on, but you're not playing me. Not that you're trying to play, but you are acting the house down as if you didn't hear this information before. What do you mean she yelled it? You knew what the fuck is going on. Your husband just didn't drop this bomb at this dinner, or not a bomb, but this information of this plan, whatever the plot plan, whatever the fuck the girls were trying to do, and he overheard. I'm pretty sure he told you before, so you sitting there acting like, oh my God, what? She yelled it, she said this, she did. Yes, and this is who you are friends with, somebody who plots and plans. Now, hopefully later in the season, we see you call some of these people out for plotting and planning instead of just doing it in your interviews and confessionals, because that's not cute. That's like confessional gangster. And you're too old for that. And I'm not trying to play you as if you wouldn't say these things to the girls in real life, but I'm going to need to see more of it. I'm not sure if they're editing you out, holding girls accountable, but I'm not seeing it.
He heard it too.
I think he was talking to Joey, maybe.
I would ask her why she.
Oh, I am going to ask her, yeah.
Now, Teresa.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room for us right now.
Yes, yes.
So, where do you guys stand? We see in the first episode, you're like, I don't even want to talk about her or to her, nothing.
Yeah,
she doesn't exist in my
she
life.
means nothing in my life. She really means nothing in my life. I wouldn't even know a person like Teresa Giudice, the person that she is now. Yeah. When I first met her, she had just come out of jail. She was humble, sweet, and kind. The person she is today, I would never want to know.
How did that affect you guys filming? Because we already have the Melissa-Teresa dynamic and Joe. We realize they're not talking. So, and then we also have you not talking. So what was that
it's
like?
fine. You know, what I'm hearing is the girls would always tell me that she was obsessing over me. She's going to drop some bomb. She's going to, I mean, she so obsesses over me. I could care less about her. Truthfully, I don't care about her life. I don't care about her and Louis. Like, if people ask me a question, I'll respond on it. But the truth is, to me, she's a non-entity. She's someone I would never want to know. I do feel that way now. She is not the person I met. And maybe this was the real her all along.
So you're really close with Jen Fessler.
Yes.
It appears that she is trying to kind of maybe have some kind of relationship with Teresa.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that, I'm not going to lie, because Teresa's really not her type of person. And you do see in the first episode how she says, like, I have nothing to do with these people. And then acts like really nice to them. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I think Jen Fessler does not like confrontation.
No.
It doesn't like anything negative with anybody. But, you know, I know Jen Fessler. I was friends with her before she got on the show, and I know the type of people she likes and socialize with. And, you know, some things are just for appearances.
Right, okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
Dolores, girl. I know you weren't just sitting here watching me say that that was your husband in my last interruption, when he is really somebody else's husband. You fucking on a married man? That's what the streets are saying. I'm not trying to judge you, girl. What's happening here? Like, how you... Okay, hold on. Because I'm confused. How are you talking about getting married, or Paulie, the man that you is engaged to? Yeah. How, or not engaged to, I'm sorry. I'm getting my information all mixed up. The married man that you fucking on that wanted to get engaged, how is he talking about getting engaged when he's still married? When is that going to be cleared up? And why are we not seeing anything about that and you being upset about him still being married? Or maybe that did happen and I just fast forward past your scenes. But I don't really remember this being discussed too much. So what's going on here? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all are plotting and planning and scheming to take bitches down. But we don't get to see what's really going on in y'all's real lives in this bitch. Because I could have sworn, didn't Joe Gorga have some legal issues going on? And I know that you can't really talk about legal issues to a certain extent, but why are we not seeing real life? Why are we not seeing real life? Melissa talking about she got a new house, moved into a new house, blah, 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 blah. I thought y'all just renovated the old house because people was eating it up online. Why y'all not honest? What's going on in this bitch? Enough, like I said, of the plotting and planning, and let's get back to reality. If you're broke, you're broke. If your house is falling apart, it's falling apart. If it's ugly, it's ugly. If you fucking on a married man, you fucking on a married man. I want to see what's going on and not these plots, plans, and schemes. Yeah. And also, I don't mean to be popping my tongue like Tamar. I just had a fucking, not a wet mouth. That sounds inappropriate. I had a lot of spit gathering in my mouth. So it just made me do that. But anyways, to my point that I was going to try to make. Polly, what foundation you be wearing? Because your face really be beat the hell down. And I'm not judging. I'm saying, like, it's giving. You look good. It's just, it's really beat. So I'm just wondering, like, what foundation brand you be using? Fenty? MAC?
I mean, I don't want to talk now, but your husband went for my husband.
You talked about adopting Jaden years ago.
Rachel did.
Rachel did to me, yes.
Jaden's birth mother is saying that John is preventing her from speaking to or seeing Jaden. What's the story there?
Well, unfortunately, I think one of my castmates can provide more information because allegedly she was contacted because of Louis. And that was the information that I was told.
The birth mom was contacted
because there was information found about what prison she was in, where she was.
Louis tracked her down?
Had somebody track her down.
How did you find out that it was Louis' team that had tracked down?
I was told this by somebody very close to me.
Someone on the cast?
No.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
Did she ever reach out to Jaden directly?
She has reached out to him directly, and he wants nothing to do with her.
Got it. Why would he be tracking down her biological mother?
I mean, watching the season back, definitely makes sense. He's screaming a private investigator's name at us.
Look who's
Here's all
talking,
the-
who's calling the kettle black. That's all she does is to.
Teresa, I don't hire
you
private
live and
investigators.
breathe Trying to
She doesn't
find
look for it. It
information
kind of
about
comes to you.
Oh, everything comes to you.
Nothing comes
That's
to me.
your life.
I don't hire private
people to live
investigators.
and breathe.
I don't have. I would never hire a private investigator.
You don't have the money to.
So he has the money to hire people to hurt us. Great catch that you got there.
So all you have to do is
have money to be more evil.
Yes, that's what it is.
You need a little bit more money.
Desperate.
You started all this, Margaret. You started last season.
She didn't do that.
I didn't do
You
anything.
apologized to her, saying she did nothing wrong.
Trying to ruin his reputation. I think our husbands need to have a separate conversation.
No, they don't. 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 Didn't I say I don't want the husbands involved? No more scenes of the husband. I don't want no solo scenes with the husband. I don't want to see no husbands meeting up with other husbands. I don't want to see none of it. No husbands. Real housewives. Real housewives. I'm a man and I don't even want to see the man. Okay? No. I know that was a little bit dramatic, but like I said, I thought I was watching the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Not the Real House husbands wanting to hold a motherfucking tomato. Don't they have jobs to attend to? Why they never working? Why is Bill the only one ever working? What's going on? We see him at work and going to work. How come I don't ever see these men going to work? What do they do besides run their mouth?
Well, Louis was a gentleman, reached out to him. He wanted to clear the air before coming here. He's not here.
Yes, okay, and I'm happy Louis didn't show up. In my last interruption, as I said, this is not the Real House Husbands of New Jersey. If they want to create a spinoff, I suggest Bravo go ahead and do it so I can get these men out of my face. What happened to the earlier seasons of the Real Housewives, where the husbands would just pop in and just listen to their wives go the fuck off about drama and not get too involved. This is too much, where you guys are wanting men to have solo scenes in this hoe. Maybe it's the fans wanting this. So, should I be going off on y'all? No. But Real Housewives of New Jersey needs to get it together and get back to the point of it being the Real Housewives. So, I hope they clear this up off camera and not in my motherfucking face. And also, if Louis came, y'all would just be gangbanging this bitch. Let's not play dumb. Y'all already are plotting and planning how to get Teresa out the fucking way. Which, I'm not trying to paint her as a victim, but let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all don't like Teresa and y'all want her gone. Clearly. And y'all want her man gone. So, if he showed up, it's clear y'all would probably gangbang him. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But my point is, I don't want this to be, again, the Real House Husbands of New Jersey.
Well, he had a business meeting. And first of all, should they? A magic trick. Why should they talk here? John would have pulled them outside. No, it doesn't work that way.
Girl! Like I said, I want the men out of my face. But if Louis were to come, John Fuda ain't pulling nobody the fuck outside. Why the fuck they couldn't meet up off camera or earlier prior to this party? He just wanted a motherfucking moment. When I say he, I'm talking about Miss John Fudiana. Girl. Cut it the fuck out. And y'all know y'all would have been gangbanging that bitch. Joey Gorga, whatever the fuck his name is. Josephine. And John Fupa. Whatever the fuck his name is, too. The husbands, I shouldn't even know their names. They should just be mute. Like Casper the Ghost. I shouldn't just know them at all. I want them gone. Matter of fact, this is me pulling them out of my memory. Remove.
John and Louis are never going to be friends.
Okay, so if they never gonna be friends, then they don't need to meet up. They don't need to talk. What's the issue here? Why y'all in each other's face at this point then discussing this if they never gonna be friends? Fuck all this. Teresa, walk away, because I've had enough of this. What's the argument here? You don't like Miss Rachel and her sour nose, and she don't like you. And she's claiming that y'all husbands will never be friends. So, can we move on?
Gentlemen, they meet privately. What do you know about gentlemen? My husband's a gentleman. Teresa. Yes, Rachel. You don't know my husband. Gentleman. I heard he was the biggest drug dealer in Bergen County. Teresa.
Well, I'm not a convicted felon at all. So what they posted, they actually left out the bottom of it. So there's actually two more lines in that same exact report that says it was dismissed. So, like any other juvenile kid, all right, I got in trouble when I was a juvenile, got myself into a couple things, going through an adolescent stage, got myself involved in a couple things, fights and this and that. And someone took it, posted it, and left out the part where it says dismissed to paint a picture of me. I'm not a convicted felon at all.
I'm gonna go. We're cowards, leave.
Yeah, bitch, it's time for her to walk away. Y'all ain't talking about... Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out of your name on Mother's Day. I'm sorry, girl. Miss Rachel, it's good for Miss Teresa to walk away because you know how she get down. I'm surprised she didn't bop you in your head, and I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying, again, y'all know how Miss Teresa get down. She's from Patterson, remember, in this bitch. But like I said, you said your husband and her husband will not be friends. They'll never be friends, is what you said exactly. And it's clear you don't see it from Miss Teresa. So I don't understand why or what more you want Teresa to say or do at this point. Y'all don't like each other. Let's move on. Your husbands ain't never going to be friends, as you said. Let's move on. We don't need to see them meet up, as I said previously. Okay?
Oh my God, Candy. She wants to come. She better not come for me. I will take that bitch down. I will take that bitch down. Hi. Yeah, hi. Double-sided dildo.
Ooh, Teresa, girl, you need to watch your mouth because you don't like when the girls come for you with information that they have dug up on the internet, plotting and planning, but yet you are doing it towards John Fupa because you just called him a double-sided dildo. And then you mentioned the drug dealing thing, which I'm sure maybe he brought it up to you to try to relate because y'all both been in prison or something of the sort. I don't know. But again, I thought you didn't like these plotting and planning type antics, but yet you are using something that you found from the internet about him to shade him. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying that you don't like it when it's done to you. And you said, how do double-sided dildos work anyways? Y'all be doing like this. Shut up. Don, Buddha, you be doing like this. That's crazy. I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying. I can imagine. Okay, I'm sorry. I just never thought that you would be double-sided dildos. Double-sided dildoing it up. Allegedly. Okay.
Who told you that?
Your ex.
Really?
It's out. It's out.
So you listen.
It's out.
Wait a minute. You listen.
Not you walking up on Miss Teresa. You are mine. Don't be walking up on her aggressively. No, I'm playing. I'm not going to play that card. But didn't I just say this is not the Real House Husbands? And I get Miss Teresa is saying stuff sour about him to make him respond. But there's not even a but. Teresa, you wrong. And John Fupa, you wrong for if you didn't want this double-sided dildo and drug information out, I guess you should have did a better job hiding it. No, I'm playing. But can I not have John Fupa in my face anymore after this episode?
Out on social media.
You listen to an inmate who's in prison.
We were both in prison, correct?
You gonna let me talk?
Wait, you said that to
You gonna
my
let me talk?
husband.
You gonna let me talk?
Seems like Teresa and Jennifer don't mind sort of getting into the mess of what's happening on social media and rumors and stuff. Do you feel like they or I guess why do you feel like they're trying to weaponize the bits and bobbles they find on Twitter or through, an investigation to get in touch with the baby mama? Like, I mean, just what do you think is the intention behind it? Is it to hurt you guys?
I think it's for relevancy. Is that a word? Did I just make that up?
No, that's
I think
a
it's to be, I think, to just make themselves relevant because that's the name of the game, right? If you have no one to talk about or you have nothing to bring up or you don't have to, she holds my husband accountable for the reunion. Which I don't understand. I don't get it. But this is like her retaliation. I don't know. It's missing the mark for me. That's just how I feel about it. A little lost in translation, but it's just kind of the little coinky dink how everything that we see on the internet is what makes it into our cast events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
And
I mean, I was just gonna say, like, she seems to hold John accountable for whatever happened at the reunion, but I do love that you and John are holding her accountable. Like, John's out here able to joke about the double-sided dildo, and then you at Fessler's party, you're like, did you want to say what you said to John's face? Because, he's right here. I feel like newer housewives would be not as ready to go up against an OG like Teresa. But I mean, according to John, she is a has-been. So like did you kind of go into this season knowing you wanted to like have a moment with Teresa and address her face to face about this situation? Because at the end of the day, it's like how long could you guys let her get away with it?
Look, if someone, whether it's Teresa, whether it was Dolores, whoever it is, right? If you come after my family, I'm going to defend them. I'm doing what anybody else would do. Like, I didn't go into the season thinking that that's what I would do. I definitely thought I was going to, me or my husband or both of us would be attacked for sure. That was definitely in the forefront of my mind. But I just think that it's to have a supportive husband in all of this and for him to like just really be involved in a career choice that I made. I'm just grateful to have him by my side through all of it.
With everything that you guys have been through just as a friend group, Danny and I are curious. What were your thoughts when Teresa was cast on House of Villains? I was surprised that she would do it, that she would like claim the villain title. So like what do you think?
Awesome for a buck out here in these streets. You got to do what you got to do.
Do you know what a check is a check is a check, I suppose.
Yes. And
That's it.
with the trailer, with some of the teasers of what's unfold about the financially draining and everything like that, I guess, it's good to have some money streams always pouring in.
I mean, she took the title. I mean, I didn't take the first punch, as she says, right? So.
Boy didn't shock. Who? Where's your boy? Frank? No. Yeah. Like Owl.
Girl, ain't no Al in this bitch. He's going who because y'all ain't putting a name on the person y'all are talking shit about? Y'all are grown men. I don't even know why y'all are getting scenes in the first place, but y'all are grown men not putting a name on it. So he's saying who? Who the fuck y'all talking about in this bitch? Obviously, he knows who y'all are talking about in this bitch, but he wants you to say the name. And Josephine, I thought y'all didn't give a fuck about Miss Teresa and her man, but you are steady wondering where the fuck he's at. Okay.
What are you saying? Say his name and I'll answer you.
Where's Louis? He's asking.
Oh, he's away on business.
Surprised because he reached out to me and said he wanted to talk. Millionaires are very busy.
Ooh, the plumber wants to throw shade in this bitch. Okay, I see you, but what the fuck do you do? I know I called you a plumber, but how come I never see you plumbing or doing anything of the sort? The only man that I have seen going to work and doing work is Bill, Jen Aiden's husband. Now, he could call y'all bums and talk about y'all's jobs and so on because we see what he does for work. I would be here for it. But you bitches, I'm talking about the other men, y'all talk about all this money and what y'all do, but we don't. Why y'all never at y'all's job? Why we never see y'all going to work? And I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, we seen Josephine building houses and stuff. Ain't that bitch a slumlord? And didn't that bitch do his house so bad they had to redo it because people were talking about it so bad on the internet? And they're talking about they moved into a new house. No, bitch, you moved into a new renovated house because the last house or the same house you moved into was sour. And people, again, like I said, were eating it the fuck up. So I don't want to hear nobody make any shady remarks about anybody's finances or jobs in this bitch until we see them actually go to work. Okay, plumber?
Must be in the private jet somewhere. I had it confused. Right. So I thought we were going to talk today.
So I was talking to him and he showed me that text. You want to meet somebody in person? A party's not a place to talk to them.
Yes, you better eat double-sided dildo up. You better eat double-sided dildo up. On a real note, I am happy for Dolores' man for clearing the room. I should even say her man because that's somebody else's man, allegedly. Yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm happy that Paulie cleared the room because a party is not a correct place to have a discussion with somebody if you're trying to clear the air. And also, it's clear to me that, again, like I said earlier, you bitches would have been gangbanging and jumping upon Mr. Louis if he were to come because look how thirsty you guys are acting for his attention. Where's Louis? He didn't come. Where's your boy? Where's your boy? Who? If y'all want to meet with him, y'all have his number, y'all have his address. Do that off camera. This is the Real Housewives, as I said. I don't want to see any more of the husbands too much intertwined in this bitch. I get that they're married to Real Housewives, but I didn't know that I was having to see men meet up with men and have solos. I'm taking it like I'm not a man myself. But the solo scenes with the men and the men meeting up and arguing and so on, it's no. That's not the title of this show. Okay.
So, Ashley, have you spoken to Karen since this was released?
I texted her and called her because the reunion was a very tough reunion for me, and Karen called me as soon as I got home to like check on me. So I felt this responsibility to extend that same courtesy to her after this traumatic experience for her. And it took her a while to get back to me, but she did, and she just said that she's doing okay. But from what I understand, she's pretty shaken up with everything.
This makes you emotional. Why?
Because I really love her, and even though we have our disagreements and our relationship has gone through a lot, you never want to see anybody go through this, considering that Karen's health could have been jeopardized, someone on the street could have been hurt. So there's just so much that could have happened, and thankfully it didn't. But the what ifs are really scary.
Yeah, one thing that touched me, and I said this on air, that she talked about her grief journey, and I know the pain of losing a parent, and she said that played a role in the actions of that night. Have you been following her and working with her, helping her during her grief journey at all?
We try to be there as much as we can for Karen. She is very close to the chest. She keeps things. So as much as she's willing to share, we're willing to listen. And we always tell her, we're here for you.
I saw that you were in an accident. I couldn't imagine something really happening to you. And it just like shook me.
Huger is facing DUI charges tonight. Police tell us Huger was taken into custody just before midnight last night following a crash on Oakland Drive and Beeman Woods Way in Potomac. Police say it appears Huger drove across a median and then hit street signs. We did reach out to her management, and we are still waiting for a response tonight.
I'll say this to you. You do know your friend, and I can't wait for the truth to come out. Well, what is going on with that? Because you're going to court at some point, or did you go to court? You can read.
Ooh, Karen, you got a nasty attitude for a drunk. I'm playing. I know you're not a drunk, and I'm not making fun of people with alcoholism or alcoholic problems and so on in this bitch, so yes. But for somebody going through such a serious situation and you telling bitches to read, no, we want to hear from you. Because if I were to read what's on Google and look at the pictures that are on Google, I would see and read that you were mowing down trees while you were drunk, allegedly. Unless you slipped on a damn pebble and then your car went Herbie fully loaded and you started knocking down trees and shit like that. I don't know, but what the police report is saying another thing, and I know you don't want to be like, I guess, throw yourself under the bus and go to jail, because that's what it would be if you admitted to being under the influence while driving. But I mean, I just would rather you have the same energy Shannon had, where she was more like, I'm sorry, I know what I did was wrong and I won't do it again. I'm not hearing that. I'm just hearing it was an accident and I can't talk about it and so on and so on. And again, I know you don't want to go to the clanker with Jen Shaw, but I'm just saying, like, girl, just you about 60 plus, you need to own up to your mistakes. This ring around the rosy like you did with the damn tree while you were drunk allegedly is not cute, mama. And you know I love you, but I need accountability, especially from you old hoes. I'm sick of you old hoes walking around like y'all can't take accountability for things. I don't like that, and I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying, y'all are supposed to be teaching and leading, you old bitches, and y'all are not teaching and leading. Y'all are, okay. That's another topic for another day. Let's get back into this recap.
another day, another public apology. This one from Karen Huger of Real Housewives of Potomac. And let's read along, and then I'll tell you why this public apology is not hitting the mark. Thank you all for your prayers and well wishes during this very frightening experience. I am still in shock from last night's incident, but grateful to be alive today. With the passing of my beloved mother, grief comes and goes in waves, and with Mother's Day approaching, it has felt more like a tsunami. Last night, I met a girlfriend for dinner. We talked and brought up some very emotionally sensitive topics. I was crying on my way home and saw a car heading right for me. I swerved to avoid the head-on collision, hit the divider, and then a tree. I'm hurt, bruised up a bit, but so grateful I am alive. I did receive citations, one of which was unrelated to the incident, which is understandable, but what was most surprising is that the car that almost hit me just drove away. A few comments from my last post talking about the uncertainty of her drinking or not. She was in fact given a DUI. She was drinking under the influence, which is a big deal, obviously.
Mama. Like I said, we want to hear from you, Miss Karen. We don't need to be going off of Google because, okay, I'm not saying we shouldn't be going off of Google. I'm just saying you telling us to go read what's going on is not going to cut it because they are saying your ass had a first-class trip into some goddamn trees with your car. That's what Google is saying. That's what you're telling us to read. We want to hear from you, your mouth, your lips. But you're not talking. So we're just going to move on, or not really move on. We're about to hear you talk about whatever's going on with you and Ray and whatnot. Are y'all really dating like that? Like, I'm not trying to... This isn't an Eat Karen Up recap in this bitch. I'm just saying, like, I'm curious about a few things. And I know your relationship with Ray has no correlation with this drinking incident. I'm just wondering about your life entirely. Like, what you be doing, girl? What's the tea? Why are you drinking and driving by yourself? What the fuck is Ray? What's going on?
We are going through a lot. And I can't blame him for any of it. And I don't, but I blame myself for not speaking up before now. I just need him to be there emotionally. So whatever he's capable of doing, I'm just asking for the emotional support.
Is A. Scott going to show up next week or at the next trial hearing?
We'll be ready to go. Everybody be ready to go.
How you doing, Mr. Huger?
Now, before I let you go, how's Ray doing? How's Ray and Raven?
Ray is fantastic. He's a handful. You're going to love. We are very real this season. So everyone's rooting for the institution, and it makes it. But not without reality.
Okay, hold on. My dumb ass forgot to mention something. I think, okay, let me start from the beginning. Let me set up the scene like I should have done from the beginning. Karen is saying that she had this accident due to her mourning the loss of someone. I forget who she says she is mourning the loss of, or whatever the situation is, or whatever really is going on in this bitch, because she's dancing around the truth. But the truth of the matter, in my opinion, is you don't need to be no drunk or a bitch. I don't like that for my mother. I don't want that to be you. On a real note, though, girl, please get some help if you really do have some issues. You keep saying, or you're saying in this conversation with Giselle, that he wasn't listening to you, or whatever the case may be. You're talking about Ray. I'm assuming, I guess he wasn't there for you emotionally through the morning that you were going through. So I guess that led you into the trees that you knocked down with your car. But I don't like these excuses you're making. I just want ownership. And again, I know you can't really own up to too much because your ass don't want to be thrown into the clinker. Like I said with Jen Shaw in this bitch, if you admitted to driving under the influence. But I would respect that more due to you just owning up to your behavior of you driving under the influence. Because how the fuck did you fly into multiple trees with your car? I mean, I do know accidents happen, but damn, girl. They said DUI, 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 DUI. That means drunk driving, I believe. I don't know. I'm not a cop or officer, and I've never been arrested. But I'm not judging people who have a DUI and whatnot. I'm just saying, like, have some ownership, especially for being an older bitch. And I'm not calling her a bitch, like, in a nasty way. I'm like, yes, bitch, yes. Come on, old bitch. Give us a veteran walk, you know?
Did we get a donut?
She's an amazing customer, and she comes here all the time. And I just want you to know this woman has never had a drink here.
High five.
Really, girl? Where did you find this old twink? I'm not age shaming you, twink, man. Cute gay. Yes. I'm just saying, when did Karen give you this script to come over and tell you, or tell Miss Giselle, that Karen has never had a drink here? Why would... Huh? What, Karen? What games are you playing? I told you, I don't like old bitches to be doing these antics. No.
Oh, yeah, but I couldn't let cardboard Karen beat the real thing.
Karen, Jazzy Karen.
Very nice to meet you.
The pleasure's mine.
Wendy, hi.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All
right.
This is your chair.
Perfect. At some point, I'll get rid of my crown.
So the drinks are here. We have the Surrey County. We have the 61, and we have a little non-alcoholic Grand Dame.
Yes, please don't give her no alcoholic drink in this bitch. I like that for you, Giselle, okay? You looking out for your friend, because my mother clearly doesn't know how to order an Uber or have her damn husband come pick her up from a night of drinking so she doesn't have to hit trees and fly into them, mow them down, and potentially hurt and harm others that are not trees. Yeah.
Now, how challenging was it for you going into this season? Because we see you relive your tragic car accident. Was that tough for you at all, reliving that and sharing it with the ladies who are quick to judge without knowing your truth?
No, thank you so much. And I really love you said that, because if I listen to them, you know, I don't have a drinking problem. Let's be very clear.
Very painful to listen to that.
Yeah.
You know, and their accusations, are you wishing me harm? Honestly, I'm hoping to win when it all comes out, but I have to respect the law.
The ladies were asking me about you before you got here, and I told him that we got together.
Oh, we did.
And we talked, and they had questions for me, but I told them I would
Ask me the
allow
questions.
you-
I'm here.
Yeah.
None of us saw what happened, so I don't feel like anybody should cast judgment.
Exactly. We don't know.
Once we hear about it, people are going to judge.
How has the DUI impacted your drinking or your relationship with alcohol?
Honestly, I can't speak to that because that's part of the case.
So as you see, the girls want to know what the fuck is going on, why she flew into some motherfucking trees, allegedly. Karen is not really telling them why she flew into the trees, even though she's saying, ask me what's going on. You're not saying nothing. So we're just going to move on and get into this Miss New Girl. Yes, girl, you look cute. I forgot your name already, but you are serving. You are giving skin. You are giving inches. You are giving looks. I'm here for it.
I saw you were at like one of our events.
That was a few years ago.
That was a while ago.
I'm recently back in DC. I was in Philly for a little bit.
Oh, were you living here then?
I was. I was working for QVC.
It is so drapey and light and airy. You know, since I've been with QVC for just a short while, I'm learning the importance of a summer sweater or a summer top. We know that it gets cold at night. We know that when we go to a restaurant or we go to the movies, the air conditioning is on. So this is what you throw on to look super cute, but you keep your arms covered.
We were talking about the timing of it all too, and how when this came along, it was perfect. Things were wrapping up at QVC.
Yes.
So what has that process, that journey been like for you, trying to navigate single motherhood as well as a brand new show with all sorts of personalities and different dynamics that you're gonna have to do it?
Yes, okay, it's Stacy in this bitch. Sorry, I forgot your name. We just have so many come and goes. Y'all done had Andale. Y'all done had Miss Necker. And now, hold on. What's that girl's name? From, that y'all keep saying needs to come back. Oscale. I think that's her. Oscal. Anyways, y'all have so many come and go bitches in here, it's hard to remember names, so let's see if you're going to stay. But I like you so far. I like the fresh and fun and positive energy you are bringing. Now let's get into this little quick scene we're about to see with her and Ashley, talking about her relationship. When I say her, I'm talking about Stacy. Talking about her relationship with her mans and them not having sex in this bitch. Then we're going to get back into Karen's birthday dinner.
You dating now, or you?
I'm just going to be completely vulnerable.
Okay.
I love someone.
Okay.
But he is a devout Christian.
Okay.
So we are not intimate.
I don't think we really needed to know that you guys weren't having sex. I mean, I know this is a reality show and you're supposed to share your reality. So I guess this is your reality of you not having sex, but is it bothering you that much? Because in my opinion, sex doesn't rule all. Like, I really could have a relationship without having sex. I have a hand. And while, yes, having somebody else's hand could be better. I'm sorry if this is TMI in this bitch, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes with y'all, sex rules all. Like, y'all can't do nothing without having sex. Sex is always on your motherfucking minds. That's why you bitches is sick. Sick ass teachers having sex with students. Sick ass bitches everywhere in this hoe. And I know I'm getting off topic, and this has nothing to do with Miss Stacy in this bitch. But I'm just saying, girl, like, get you a dildo and move on. Get you a toy. Why is this a topic right now? What else you got to offer? What else you bringing? I know this is only episode 1, but...
People magazine, kind of the same storyline here, saying after 16 years of marriage, divorcing her husband, entering a new phase in her life, but struggling with the decision to date again and navigating a romantic relationship with her best friend, choosing celibacy over intimacy.
I thought
We got a lot going on here, Stacey.
It sounds like a lot, doesn't it, as I'm hearing it? But yeah, it's a lot of changes have happened, Steve. I mean, the last time we saw each other, I was happily married, of course, loving every moment that I can with Arabella, my sweet daughter. And unfortunately, my marriage came to an end. Listen, married to a great guy. He's an incredible father. The marriage is broken, but our family is not. So we are still loving on Arabella, but we have chosen to go our separate ways. And I thought, what a great time as I transition into a new stage in my life to start this show, to find friendship with this crazy, wonderful group of women.
So do y'all heavy petting and stuff? Just not.
Well, we can't. It's too tempting. We go to church.
Girl, too tempting. Like I said, you need to get a toy and take a cold bath. Or do they say take a hot bath? Maybe not a hot bath for you. I think it's a cold bath. You need to take a cold bath and get you a toy and live it on up. If this is such a big issue for you that you're needing it so bad, like I told you, or like I told some of y'all, sex does not need to rule all. Because y'all jump into relationships from sex, being bed bug type bitches. I know I'm in the bed right now, but y'all like to roll around in the bed like bed bugs before y'all even get to know bitches. Then y'all end up having kids with bitches. And then y'all have all these issues because y'all didn't know or take time to get to know the bitches that you were being a bed bug with in the first place. I'm not saying this is Miss Stacy. I'm just saying, like, stop letting sex rule all. And Miss Stacy, it was nice to get to know you. I hope we get to see more from you besides this sexual problem you're having with your husband with not having sex in this bitch. But like I said, you seem like a very sweet girl, giving us inches, giving us skin and so on. You look very much like Kenya Moore, but your skin don't look like hers. And I'm not knocking her skin because she's very beautiful too, Kenya Moore. I'm just saying your skin is really like beautiful. Like you're doing it.
I can't do it.
We love a girl conversation.
Are we going to see G? Yes, you are. You know, I love Gordon a lot, and he needs to lean on me. And he is actually leaning on Ink and I.
Oh.
Mia is a tacky, let's play a game face ass bitch. I'm sorry to disrespect you as such with your hard face and all, but you really have no decorum. Why the fuck? Because you're about to say that you and Ink are washing G's clothes and folding them up and giving it to him. That's nice, you helping G and all, but like, this is wrong. This is fucking dead wrong. Last season, it was a question of your child's paternity on national television. So he has to see this when he grows up. I'm talking about your child. I'm not trying to call you a bad mother, but like, girl. And we haven't gotten to the topic of your kids being involved in this situation yet, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But I'm just saying, Gordon knew what he was getting into with this relationship with you, as you guys both had an open relationship, so that gave you the boldness to sleep with this man, Ink, and then now leave G for Ink And now Ink is wondering if one of your children with G is his, but yet now you guys are folding G's clothes and G is okay with all of this. Like, this shit is weird. I don't know if y'all are doing this for clicks and views and coins and so on, but I don't like it. It doesn't give me authentic. It gives me elder abuse, what you guys are doing to G. And I don't like it. Okay, I guess it can't be elder abuse if G is in on the antics, but I feel like he's not in on the antics, and Miss Ink and Mia are playing game on Mr. G, and I feel bad for him, which is now causing it to be elder abuse. I'm playing. It's not elder abuse, and I don't want to take away from those stories of people who are elderly and actually are getting abused. I'm just saying, like, y'all know he's going through it mentally, and I just feel like maybe now saying that another man, the man that you're with now, that you left your ex-husband for, is now washing the clothes and underwear of his, that, okay. Just a little weird, but whatever, live it on up. If we want to live in this fantasy of lies that Mia is telling, let's just, okay, I'll go with y'all.
So you don't feel like I gave everything?
I feel like you gave a lot, but I don't think you went the last step.
What's the last step?
The last step is just separate and not run to someone else.
Ink is most definitely been a pivotal part. Gordon, when he left one weekend, he left his dirty laundry. And I washed it for him and inked it, folded, and we took it to his apartment.
You know, we're trying to work it out. I'm trying to reel him in, you know, and we need to work together as a family. We have these beautiful babies that we're raising, and being a mom is number one for me. And I'm very proud to hold that title of being super mom. And we have happy kids. I want them to stay happy.
Because like you said, you're really focusing on keeping the kids happy, keeping everything as normal as it can be. How is that navigation going between you two right now?
Yeah, so actually it's going well. It is now. And hopefully it stays that way. Okay. And you know, I don't keep the kids away from Gordon. I do want him to be a huge part of their lives. I do want them to remain the kids' hero. You know, that's their dad. And so when I told him, I said, hey, if you don't get with the program, then you're going to put me in a position to where, you know, you're not going to see your kids. So pick a side. And
so he got with the program?
He got with the program. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
That's
in business.
good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, I feel a certain way about G. And when G shared with the world that your children had seen you in bed with another man, and the fact that your babies were plastered all over the news really, really bothered me. And I told you.
You don't think it bothered me, Karen? I didn't plaster my babies on the gram. Like, their father did.
To the point I was talking about earlier, I'm not trying to play you, Miss Mia, and say that you are a bad mother, but it doesn't look like you are trying to protect your kids when you are making this a storyline or making them a storyline. When you are questioning who their father is, you did that last season, and I believe in a preview I saw for this season, you're doing it again. So do you really give a fuck if you are making your child part of your storyline in a negative way? So when he gets older, or even now, can go online and read all of what's going on. He already walked in on you and Mr. Ink, who is not his father, but Mr. Ink somehow believes he is the father, even though you did like a sperm inseminate, whatever the fuck y'all do. Sperm in there and then inseminate. That's what they call it? Yeah. Or did they have a, what you call it? A surrogate. The words are not coming to my brain right now. I don't know what they did to have a child, but I don't know how Ink could think he is the child's father and why this is even a storyline to traumatize your child. But you think you're such a great mother. Again, I'm not trying to play you, even though I am shading you down. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I would be living it up for my mother doing this on national television and having a hard fate. Okay, I'm stopped.
You just sit here and pretend like it's like my fault.
No, darling, I'm not pretending. I'm asking a question because this is concerning to me as well.
And you're sitting here trying to pretend like it's my fault that he did that? No.
But Mia, you didn't protect your kids at all costs. You did. Because if you did, you would not have mixed Ink with Gordon.
Why does Ink think Jeremiah is his son?
Because we had an affair shortly after.
overlapping.
Yeah, there was a little overlapping
Okay.
there. Now, here's the thing. I did IUI.
right?
Right.
So, and I'm a woman, I know my body.
Right.
This child is Gordon's child.
Right.
He looks just like Gordon.
Yeah.
But then why does Ink still think it's his kid?
Maybe he wants him to be his kid?
Yes.
You know how good of a mother you are.
I know.
You know that. So let anybody tell you different.
At the core of this group, we're all mothers. I just think that was a lot.
I'm not saying that she's not a good
I'm not
mother.
saying that. That's how it came off.
It was not my intention.
You know, when I heard her say that, I legit was so unbothered. I was like, oh, okay. So you really, the Grand Dame, you know, you really setting the stage here. The bar's so high. I mean, who can't get a DUI? I think we all are capable of that. So I guess for all Potomac, she has the mugshots, not me. So maybe that's the criteria.
Now, Karen had just said in a recent interview that there is apparently a very tense moment with a couple of ladies this season that has not been teased yet. We haven't seen it in any of the trailers. Mia, when I say that out loud, what even comes to your mind? What could she be alluding to?
I mean, the tensest moment was her swinging around the tree, for heaven's sake. So she was talking about herself.
He. While you sitting there laughing and shit about Miss Karen running into trees and so on, and while you are right, you need to shut your mouth and worry about being a better mother. That's what you need to be doing. Because, like I said, making them a storyline and questioning who their father is so you can traumatize them when they see this and read this and so on, it's not cute. Very much tacky, very much Tyler Perry, very much ghetto, very much 14th Avenue in this bitch. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for watching. And you know you can catch these recaps every motherfucking Sunday. And another thing, your old ass, I'm going to stop age shaming in this bitch. But your ass is too old to be crying in the bathroom. Grow the fuck up with them fake ass tears. Bitches is running you to the bathroom because you being a bad mother. And yes, I'm sorry, I'm calling her a bad mother because this is tacky as fuck. If she ain't a bad mother, she a tacky as fuck ass mother. How about that? And I know I'm not a mother, and I don't know what it takes to be a mother. I never have given birth and so on. But I am a child, and I do have common sense in this bitch. And I know as a child, I wouldn't want my hard-faced mother on TV doing activities and antics such like this, involving me. Yeah. Okay?
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.